Hey guys, Jake the Sports here, and today we're predicting Miami, Florida's 2019 college football schedule. Miami has a lot of hype surrounding them, and especially if they can win their first game of the season at Florida, or on the neutral site, If they can beat Florida in a big game in the beginning of the season, they are going to have a lot of hype surrounding them. They were a 7-6 team last year, and had a little trouble as a team. Personally, I think they're going to do a little better this year, but that Florida game is big for them. August 24th, week 0, as people like to call it. That's a big game for them, as they need to prove in that game if they are a quality team or not. So, I think I could see Miami going 8-4, something like that, around that record. I do not see them having a losing record. Last year, like I said, they were 7-6. I do think they're gonna get to a bowl game, but yeah, we'll go over the schedule and then we'll actually predict game by game. So I've mentioned first game of the season. They are neither going out to Florida or hosting Florida, but they are in the neutral site game. I believe it's in Orlando, I want to say. So that's like a really big game. Saturday, August 24th. It's coming up. You might already know the outcome of the game by the time this comes out. Not by the time this comes out, but by the time you see it. So that's a big game for them. And then they are going out to UNC. They're playing North Carolina in a big game. That's it. That's a big one for them too. I mean, if they can't win that game, if they also lose to UNC, that's a tough way to start your season and you're not looking so well. And then after that, they play Bethman Cook. I forgot how you say it, but BCU basically. Nothing really to say. That should be an easy win for you guys. And then you're hosting Central Michigan. And then you're hosting Virginia Tech, hosting Virginia, hosting Georgia Tech. And then your hosting streak is broken as you go out to Pittsburgh. That's a tough stretch of games for you guys. All those are conference games, all pretty big conference games that are going to that's going to decide the coastal division for you guys. I mean, Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, Pittsburgh, and I don't know, just those four, but all four of those are in your division, and that's going to make or break people's opinion on you making your conference championship or not. And then you go out to Florida State in the biggest rivalry game, one of the biggest of all time. That's going to be an interesting one. And then you host Louisville. And then you go out to FIU. I thought that was pretty interesting. After that FIU game, you go out to Duke. It's a little tough. Not too bad. I mean, the schedule's not too hard. Besides that Florida game, there's really no other teams I could really see being ranked besides Virginia. Maybe Virginia Tech sneaks in there getting a ranking. I think Virginia will be in the teens when you play them for ranks. Florida, they're definitely going to be a top 10 team. And like I said, if you can beat Florida in that game, massive. That's a massive step forward for you guys. So, yeah, let's predict the game by game. Oh, and also the bye weeks. I mean, I forgot to talk about the bye weeks. That's my thing, bye weeks. I talk about them. I believe they do have 3 because they are playing in week 0. I'd say all of them are pretty average. Nothing special, really. So, yeah. Let's predict game by game. So, the big game, the big Florida-Miami game to kick off the season, week 0. We have a nice week 0 game. A lot of people are going to be watching, getting hyped for the start of college football. It's a really tough game. I think it's going to be close. I think Miami's going to give it their all. Florida's going to give it their all, but I think Miami is going to try a little harder. But I do think Florida's going to win. I think Miami really just has a lot to prove, and a lot of people are wanting to pick the upset, but I can't lean on nothing, you know? I mean, like, if that makes sense. Like, Florida, they've proven themselves. Miami, I can't. It's the first game of the season. Now, if they beat, like, 2-3 teams that are going to end, like, above 500, then I might start considering the upset. But it's tough to pick the upset when it's the beginning of the season. Florida also has a little hype around them. I think Miami has more, but I think it's going to get the best of them. And I actually do think Florida's going to win this game. And a pretty close one, though. I wouldn't be surprised if this one was a 3-point difference. Yeah, that's how close I think it's going to be. I think Miami's really going to try their hardest in that one. And then we have... I think I'm going to give you a win against UNC. North Carolina, not the best of teams. Not the best of teams at all. Easy win. Nothing really to say. I think it's a big win for you guys, even though I think it's going to be easy. There's a difference between a big win and, like, I don't really know the word, but a big win. My point is a big win can come to not as good teams, and I think that's a big win against a not good team. I just think you really need that win. I think you're going to get it, especially after that bye week. I think that's going to help you out a lot in this game. I don't really care if it's at UNC or not. I think you're going to win the game pretty easily. So, after that, you play BCU, not Boston College, Bethman Cookman or whatever. Bethman Cookman, however you pronounce it, that FCS team that's okay, meh, win easy. Next game. Okay, you're 2-1, playing Central Michigan, hosting Central Michigan. Gonna give you guys the win. I think this game's actually gonna be pretty close, not gonna lie. I won't be surprised if you win by 10 points. I think Central Michigan's going to hang around. But I think ultimately the Chippewas do lose to you guys. So you guys are 3-1. Not too bad. But then you have Virginia Tech in a tough game. I'm going to have to give you guys the win here. I'm going to give you guys the win. It's a tough game to predict, but I do think Miami is going to pull this one out. I think a lot of momentum is going to be coming their way, and they have this one at home. I'm going to give them the win. Virginia Tech takes the loss. Next game, coming in, feeling good. You're hosting Virginia, but I think Virginia's just too good for you guys. I think Virginia's going to beat you. I don't think you're at that level that Virginia is yet. I mean, we've seen Virginia, and there's more hype surrounding them than you guys, and I think the hype's going to show. If you saw my predictions, I had them going 10-2, I believe. But yeah, Virginia's going to be a pretty dang good team this year. Pretty dang good. And it's tough, but I'm going to give you guys the loss there, and then you are hosting Georgia Tech. And you beat Georgia Tech. Pretty simple. So, you guys beat Georgia Tech. You lost to Virginia. But then you beat Virginia Tech. And that's the big... And those are 3 big games. And then you come out to Pittsburgh. And I do think Pittsburgh beats you. So you split the big 4 games. And I think that those 4 games are going to cause a lot of chaos in the Coastal Division. That's just my opinion, but yeah, that's not too bad. I do think you're going to split. I could see you maybe beating Pittsburgh and losing to Virginia Tech. That one's kind of 50-50. I mean, you host 3 out of 4 of those games, so If you can win all 3 games you host and lose the away game, that would be absolutely huge. That'd be massive for you guys. I see you losing one of those home games. I think the momentum's going to stop at one point, and I think it's going to be either that Virginia Tech game, Virginia game. I doubt it's going to be the Georgia Tech game, but yeah. So now you guys are, 4-2. So you're 4-2 after the Virginia game, and then you beat Georgia Tech. You're 5-2. So you're 5-3 after the Pittsburgh game. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So you're 5-3 coming into this Florida State game. A very big game, but I'm going to give you guys the win at Florida State. That's a big game, and I think you guys are going to be there. I think you're going to be ready. I think you're going to get the win to go 6-3. And, Louisville. That's pretty much an auto dub for Miami. 7-3. FIU, they go out to FIU. Doesn't seem like the toughest of games. I mean, you have to go out, but I mean, it's still in Florida. Pretty easy win. Probably by 20 or more points. Pretty easy win. So you guys are 8-3. And then you're going out to Duke. Tough game. Tough place. I'm going to actually give you guys a loss here. I don't know what it is about Duke, but I'm going to give you guys the loss. I got that feeling that Duke's going to come up clutch and win over you guys, surprisingly. So you guys go 8-4. I mean, tough loss to close out the season. I can see you guys winning your bowl game. I think this team is committed. I think this team is ready to play elite. I just don't think they're there yet. I think they're at the point where they're not really in. They're on the outside looking into New Year's 6 contention. And then once you get to the New Year's 6 contention talk, then you can start talking about whether you deserve to be in the playoff or not. But that's a few years away. I think if that 2017 Miami, who crushed Notre Dame, if they beat Pittsburgh and they did something against Clemson, this whole team could be in on a whole different level. But I think they slowed down in 2017 after that loss to Pittsburgh, that big upset game. I think Pittsburgh is going to bite you back again here. And then I also have you guys going 8-4, not as good as a lot of people would like. A lot of people think they're going to start competing this year. I don't see it happening. I mean, you improve. I think you're going to slowly but steadily get there. I mean, 2018, pretty down year from 2017. Nothing really else to say there. I mean, you guys will get there eventually. You're kind of in the position of Florida State, just a little better. I mean, I have you beating them. But you will get there someday, Miami. It's not going to be this year. It could be, I could see you going to a New Year's 6 if you have a massive improvement during the offseason after the 2019 season, and you have an insane 2020 season. Then maybe 2021, you somehow make the playoff. I don't know. I'm just predicting this season. I don't know how the next seasons are going to go, but Miami's in a weird space. They're in a weird spot. I'll tell you that much. So, I'm Jake the Sports. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time on Jake the Sports. Bye.